So run down. So I normally do, there's like 2 different weapon sets here. So I use the setup from Snow Crows because Snow Crows tends to be better. Like have the best one. You will have the staff and you'll have a axe and a warhorn. Those are very important, especially the warhorn. So one big thing, don't camp the staff. The staff is very healing, but it you want to give boons to, and you will not be able to give all of your boons if you're camping staff. These here. So let me see, what should I do first? I'll go through the weapons and then I'll go through these. Alright, so for each fight there's going to be you're going to use the same weapons basically, so you won't have to worry about changing those up. Pets might change, but we'll go there. For just weapons here, you have your main beam attack that I can't use right now. I need training dummies. I can't really use it. Can I attack these training dummies? No. Okay. So your 1 things. This will heal people that are inside of the beam, so you basically want to stay away. So let's say that, hello, you're going to be our boss for now, mister. So let's say Saka here. Let's say Saka is the boss. So if I use my beam and I'm attacking the boss, it'll shoot a laser directly at the boss. And the boss will take damage and you'll heal anyone that's standing in between. So basically I want to try to find where the group of people are in between. Let's say it's Polar Bear. Sokka's Polar Bear. Boop. So Sokka's Polar Bear, let's say that that's one of my allies. So when I press 1, I'll be healing the Polar Bear, the ally, when I do the laser, which is really cool. Also, the wisp is very important because like that you'll basically make an orb that floats around the boss and it will heal. Sokka, don't move. Sokka, come back here. Okay, Cryopunk will be our new one. So, then there's Astral Wisp. It will give some protection and it'll give healing wherever you land. So that'll heal to your friends. It's a real good thing. Also, it allows you to have quite a bit of movement range. When I can get the movement thing here again. It has quite a bit of movement range, and I would probably save it for movement, because like here, I can move very, very far. So if I need to be in one place all of a sudden, I can very quickly get over here. It's very, very useful in a lot of the raids, in strikes, in whatever. And some of them, it's even, like, super necessary. You have Vine Surge, which is some of your CC. It has Immobilize. It's very necessary on some of the bosses, like Gorseval, which you basically play as the one person who immobilizes certain ghosts while everyone else kills them. It has a very long range. And it will allow you to CC any boss from a distance. So, like this. It will cause them to get ensnared and will cause a little bit of damage. You're not worrying about damage those because you're support. But it will cause some CC. It'll root smaller enemies in place. Very, very important to know. Especially if people call CC, or if you need CC, use that one. Very important. Sublime Conversion. If there's a lot of projectiles, you can put this here. I would put it on top of one of my allies. So, Cryopunk is the enemy. This is an ally. Cryopunk is shooting stuff at him. They're standing here. They're getting regeneration. And they're healing from the projectiles instead. Very good. But, also, you will not be, in my experience at least, I will not be using staff most of the time. Mostly when I need to have teleports, when I need CC, and when this. And sometimes, like, if everything over here is on cooldown. So most important here, I would say, is that this Call of the Wild, every single time it's off of recharge, use it. It is extremely, extremely important. It gives Fury, Might, Swiftness, and Regen. And it basically, it gives just like a crazy number of boons. It's one of your main boon givers, very important to the role of a druid here.
That's refreshing.
And you have all the boon duration, so they'll keep it for, yeah, like 15 seconds, whatever, 16 seconds. Very, very good. This one does some good damage, causes vulnerability on the enemy, which is also good because you'll need plenty of that. This one chills the enemy, gives a little bit of CC, not much. Chill doesn't do that much, but these are basically your attacks. This also gives might. So basically, you'll be using these mostly. You can deal quite a bit of damage if you use the Snow Crow's build. Like, not as much as a DPS class, but quite a bit. Like, more than you'd expect. Especially because you're giving yourself boons, you're gonna have boons. You might get boons from other players in your group. It's just overall good. So I think we pretty much got over that. Then you have pets. So I have this one, ugly but useful, which is Mulga? I forget. This one is very good. It has a hard CC. It does good damage. It has a pull range. It's very good for that. It's basically very good CC'er, and you need CC for a lot of things. Then I also have this pet here. Zabioaz. It does a lot of damage. Its attack does a launch, which does some CC. It's overall pretty good like that. Another one I also use is the Red Moa. I believe, yeah. Delilah! Red Moa gear will, you can basically use this off of Recharge 2. It gives everyone around you Fury for 17 seconds. I don't know if it's longer with that, or I think it's affected by your boon duration. But basically, it's more boons. It gives more Fury. They do pretty decent damage. Pretty good altogether. Sadly, you're more restricted with pets than I'd like to be in most cases. But, you know, you could do pretty good with those. It's very important. Pets, mostly used for their utility. So, you might have a few people that ask for different ones. The juvenile rock gazelle does a lot of CC, but it's pretty much rock gazelle, Ibolga, wyvern, and red moa, and that's pretty much it. That's the ones you'll see most of the time. On top of that, you also have your utilities. Utilities are very important. So you have water spirit, or you can use you have water spirit, which I've actually had. We heal is one if you have problems surviving, which normally I don't use because it doesn't heal anyone else, and yeah. Glyph of Rejuvenation is also pretty good, but most of the time I do Water Spirit. It sets down a spirit. Boop. It will do healing. It buffs nearby allies. The buffs are very important. You also have Sun Spirit. Sun Spirit is one of the ones, so you have Sun, Frost, and Stone. So Frost and Sun are ones that you will basically find in every raid. They're ones that are very important, and ones that you should not switch out if you need to switch something out. Sun Spirit applies burning upon striking a foe, so basically it makes every single one of your allies also burn foes, causing Condi damage with all of their normal attacks. It's really good to have. It gives a lot of things. It's just a powerhouse there. Then you have the Frost Spirit, which basically gives everyone a 5% damage boost by default. Very good to have. You'll also want to use their active skills. So like they're sitting right there, but we've moved over here. Active skills will teleport them over here. Also, they might die a lot. If they die, you'll have to wait for them to recharge. But you use their active skills whenever you move. It will basically spew out more boons and also teleport them to your location, which will allow people to continue to get boons because the radius of them is limited. Stone Spirit is one that is not required. And in certain cases, you shouldn't even bother with it because some other people might have the boons already. But if you don't have anything else, I would suggest running it. It applies protection upon striking a foe, so basically allows your allies to take less and less damage, which is very important. And like the other ones, it slowly loses health as it gives boons to people, and it can be teleported to you. The more people it gives boons, the more it loses its own health and such like that. Then you have Spirit of Nature here. So sometimes you'll need Entangle. Entangle works like a upgraded version of Vine Surge, basically, but instead of going, I think it goes in like a, yeah, it goes like that instead. You'll use Entangle if you need to entangle certain smaller enemies to keep them away from your friends. The Entangle is very important for that, but most of the time I can carry the Spirit of Nature, which heals allies. You basically set it down near your friends. You can teleport it near you, and if there is, it cures conditions. And if there is anyone that is near you, basically, if you have someone that is dead, you can go over to them, like go near them, press this button, and after a few seconds, they will be rezzed. And there have been times where I have been in a group. I've clicked the button to res, I've been downed, and basically it seemed like really bleak. It came back, and it suddenly rezzed several people all at once and helped us continue on the raid. Very important. It can be a game saver if you use it properly. And sometimes it's best to use it a little bit ahead of time because it does take several several seconds to kick in, and those seconds in a raid can make a difference sometimes. Alternations, search and rescue can be very useful. If you have a lot of people getting downed, and Glyph of Tides, you can push enemies away. That's basically what I've used. Unless otherwise, you told otherwise, you should probably use your pet skills off recharge, unless if there's like a CC phase with the boss, and then so you just leave it, don't touch it until they say CC, spam that, and then all of your skills that have CC. If you can /GG, that'd be good. Yeah, so one important thing about Druid is that you gain your Celestial Avatar energy by healing your friends. This includes rezzing them, and also healing through regeneration and any of your skills. So a lot of times they'll ask someone to GG right before a raid, so then they can have it fully charged and use it immediately in the game. So you use your Celestial Avatar form. Duration lasts 15 seconds, so you've got to be quick most of the time. But there's different ones. Call down energy, that one's a good one to just boop. It'll be a healer. This summons a seed that explodes after a few seconds. Lunar impact, very large healer. Gather tidal first and heal rapidly. I use that one a lot. If yeah, I'll need you to GG again. So I use tidal force a lot to heal. I'll probably need you to GG multiple times to just charge this up. I'll probably need to charge it multiple times to explain each and every one. Tidal Force is one of the main ones that's very helpful. I tend to use it first, and it's kind of like an emergency heal. It rapidly will heal everyone around you, and not only that, it also gives everyone stacks and stacks of might. It's very important to do because with every wave of healing, it gives them a stack of might or something like that, or multiple. I don't remember. But basically, you want to give a lot of people a lot of might, so very quickly. So if I sit here, I'm going to go here, stand next to you. Might, 8, 10. 10 stacks of might in a second. There you go. Amazing. So you want to use the Rejuvenating Tides pretty quickly when you first use it. I tend to do that. I use it most of the time. Every time that your Celestial Avatar is off recharge and is fully filled up, go in there, use the rejuvenating tides. It's very important. Also, one other thing about it here. So my rotation tends to be this: rejuvenating tides, give all of that, and then I use the seed, quickly log out, it heals her. So basically what happened there, it's very fast, but basically what happened is I healed her, gave her might all at once, then I set down a seed bomb and quitted out of my celestial avatar. Now when I quit out like that so quickly, the seed has not exploded yet and has not done any healing until I'm outside of it. Therefore, when it explodes, it heals everyone and it recharges my avatar. So basically, you use that over and over and over to, so you're supposed to set down a seed every single time that you exit it, before you exit it, so then you can do it again really quick. Very, very useful to do. Also, this dazes people. It has a daze effect, so it adds CC, so you can kind of spam that. And then there's also this. Oof. Boop. So you'll want to shoot these basically at the majority section. Boop.
Next.
Yeah, so you'll want to shoot that. The lasers to heal people. You want to use the tides first. Use the seeds last. And then there's one other thing on here which I need to look at. But basically tides, always use tides first and use seeds last. And in between that is pretty much you can do whatever you need to do. Mostly big heal for a bigger area, small heal for more individual healing. And then this one, which it does cripple. It does like a pulse cripple. Now it is a channel, which means that while I'm channeling it, I can't do anything else, and if I'm interrupted while it will cancel the effect, which is really annoying, honestly. We're stealthed. But basically you just want to, that's another CC, but yeah, so you can use that one for CC. But basically, yeah, tides first, seeds last. That's the most thing there that I have for Celestial Avatar. So, basically, you should know how to do Druid now. You'll need to practice a bit to figure it out. So that you can master it, and then switching between these. A lot of healers. You go all these here, off there, switch, attack, 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 attack. Warhorn, switching back when everything else is on recharge, using all these. So it's basically a kind of like there will be like little bits of learning in between, but yeah. So I explained pretty much all the basics. And it's basically now just up to you to practice, learn, get better and better at it. Which I know you will.